We're at DVD 2018 and I'm speaking with Lorne Stoddart, Business Development Director of Pickup Systems. Lorne, the vehicle we're standing beside, the front of it is very clearly Toyota Hilux. The rear of it, not necessarily so. Could you tell us a little bit about what Pickup Systems has done with this Hilux?
Okay, so my almost 20 years background in the defence vehicle market, wandering the world, looking at various requirements, I spotted a niche for a light utility vehicle that could carry a lot more weight and provide a lot more space. Researching the products that were out there based on 70 series, etc., made in Australia and South Africa, I developed a product plan that would create a vehicle that was very light in weight to maximise the payload. Crucially on this truck, we haven't cut and shut the frame, so we have produced an all-new chassis. So we've created a chassis that's 10% heavier than the original and 20 to 30% stiffer through its profile. Because we produce a one-piece chassis, we're able to kit the vehicle for export markets.
And you mentioned Toyota 70 series, but this is a Hilux. So why did you go Hilux and not what perhaps many people would consider the norm, 70 series?
Well, it's the norm outside of Europe. This product specifically was aimed at European markets, not just military, ambulance, adventure, fire and rescue, cherry pickers. Military utility is just one of the sectors that we're looking at, and we wanted to start with a European homologated Hilux to get homologation on the whole vehicle, and that's more difficult on a 70 series.
And I'm assuming the Hilux is available in a rest of world configuration with an engine that will run on high sulfur fuel and possibly with a manual gearbox option?
It is. So our conversion will work on manual or auto, left-hand drive, right-hand drive, any cab configuration. It's the same conversion.
And looking at this particular vehicle, I can see that the rear suspension, for example, it's not your traditional leaf springs, it's air. Why did you go air?
Well, the air suspension is load sensing, because a utility vehicle or an application throughout its day or week, the load will vary enormously, and the load sensing system will keep the chassis level. Crucially, it's much lighter than a traditional leaf spring setup. That's where a lot of our weight saving has come from.
And looking at the vehicle, are there any weights and dimensions that you can perhaps give us? And could you offer up any comparisons with the base Hilux?
The base Hilux out of a showroom will take 1,000 kilos of payload. This takes 3,000. So the base weight is just under 2.5 tons with a 3-ton payload.
And you say 3-ton payload, that's 3 tons on the chassis cab?
Yes, yes. So the business model is basically chassis supply. So we're here as a business offering this as a chassis to other companies to make their conversions on for any of these markets that I've just discussed.
And have you any sales or any interest that you can actually disclose at the moment?
Well, we're coming to the end of the development cycle, and as you imagine, there's a lot of business development activity. There's a lot of interest for fire and rescue, for airports, adventure campers, and there's 1 or 2 larger military projects that we're looking at to replace older utility fleets that are on a 6-wheel drive configuration.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.